Hello, this is Dr. Tawana Worlds, the CEO and founder of the Pioneers Power Circle, where we help you find the value in your vault and create wealth from within. First and foremost, I want to say thank you so very much for taking time out of your day to sit down and listen to what it is that I am going to be sharing with you on today that will transform your life, especially as a business owner. So thank you so very much. I truly appreciate you, like I said, you taking the time out of your day to come and listen to me. Nevertheless, I want to give you exactly what it is that you came for, and that is the education that will bring about transformation. And this is a very important piece or pieces of the educational aspect of building a firm foundation. I have a saying: strong in the ground, you'll stick around. And you'll understand why. It'll probably make more sense as we get more into this. But without further ado, I'm going to give you exactly what it is that you came here for. Now, I call this the 7 pillars to generating unlimited income. Whether you're a small business, medium, large, massive business, these pillars in place will make sure that you not only start your business, manage your business, but that you also stay in business and scale your business. Some people may have 3 of these steps, some people may have 6, but it takes all 7 combined to give you not only a firm foundation, but to give you a house that will be weatherproof, that will be bulletproof, that will be tribulation proof, whatever you want to call it. And this house that I'm speaking of is your business. I'm just saying it hypothetically, okay? So 7 pillars to generating unlimited income. Number 1, we got to make sure we have a firm foundation. Now, we know before any construction building, we need to make sure we have a firm foundation in the natural. That is also applicable in the business aspect as well. So some people may say, hey, I have a vision. I've been doing this as a side gig, just on the side. It's not legal. It's not legit. I'm going to give you a few pieces of information that you need to have to make sure or to ensure that your business is firm and it really is established. It's legal. You have the foundation set. So therefore you can continue building on your house. That is to make sure that you write it out what it is that you want to do, whether you want to be a limited liability corporation, whether you want to be a nonprofit organization, if you want to have an S corp, if you want to have a for-profit. You want to make sure that you know which way that you want to go, first and foremost. And then once you have that written out, or you know exactly what it is that you want to do, you want to make sure you go make it legit, make it legal. Contact the Secretary of State, file it, make sure you reserve your name, make sure you have your EIN number, which is your business social security number, literally. Make sure you have a business bank account. Make sure you register for a Duns and Bradstreet number. This is what gives you a firm foundation, okay? Pillar number 2, you need business identity. So once you have gotten your foundation, now it's time to put up those pillars. Now it's time to put up the frame that's going to hold the house together, right? So you got to give yourself a business identity. And that is where that EIN number comes into play, because now you're going to start building business credit. When you go looking for funding or you want to get yourself out there and people want to know who you are, they're going to check Duns and Bradstreet. That's why I said in pillar number 1, you need to register in Duns and Bradstreet. You also need to make sure, that you have yourself published as well, making sure that you are listed on Yelp, on Ping, on Google, on Yahoo. That just lets them know that you are a legit business. Now, pillar number 2 is where you start building business credit to give yourself a business identity. They don't know anything about you unless they pull this report. So you absolutely want to make sure that you're building your business credit, that you have trade lines that can track back to your business. Pillar number 3, business nourishment is what I call pillar number 3. And this is where you are able to locate funding and capital that will help your business for equipment expenses, operation expenses, to get the people on board that you are going to need in your circle to help your business grow. Whether that's someone handling your emails or your phone calls, you need to be able to leverage this, delegate this authority to someone other than yourself, because you definitely don't want to do it by yourself. If you have to in the beginning, so be it. But you absolutely want to make sure that, you have funding for your business. Otherwise, you will start a business and go out of business. So you need to know who has your money. Where do you go locate this money? And this is why pillar number 2, building business credit, is so important, because this is going to be the key that unlocks the door to funding and to capital. Okay. Pillar number 4 is your business authority. Now, what does this mean? Your branding, your logos, your design, your content that you put out. It gives you authority. Your press release. You want to make sure you get press release, articles on the news and on radio stations, different things of that sort, because that builds your authority. You want to make sure that you have your social media handles, all representing your brand, representing your logo, posting the same content across all social media handles, making sure that you are listed in, as I stated earlier, Yelp, making sure Google, you're listed in Google, making sure you build that authority to say, hey, this is who I am. I'm separate from anybody else. That is how you build your authority. Number 5 is your business proximity. Now, this is very important as well, because this is where you network with others. This is where you network with the 100%ers that you're trying to become, especially if you're a small business owner. Even if you're a large business, you never stop growing. So if you're at 100, you want to hang with the ones at 200, right? If you're at 0, you want to hang with the ones at 100. So business proximity is going to be your golden ticket, literally, to fellowship and network and meet other like-minded individuals that may be even in your niche that you can be able to collaborate with. I have a saying that your network determines your net worth, right? So who you hang around will determine. If you hang around 6 millionaires, you'll be the 7th one. Okay, so your business proximity, other people's stages equals other people's money. They can say, hey, look, I'm in the same niche. Let's collaborate together. Let me bring you on my podcast. Let me bring you to my in-person event. Can you join me here on Zoom, a virtual, greeting or meeting, some type of. And now you're on somebody else's stage that you didn't have to build, that you didn't have to labor behind. And now you're able to reach their audience. So business proximity is number 5. Business 6. I said business 6, excuse me. Pillar number 6. I'm so sorry. Accidents are allowed here, right? Okay. Business leverage is pillar number 6. Business leverage is pillar number 6. What does that mean? You need to outsource. This is where you begin to utilize the strength of hiring virtual assistants to handle your phone calls, to make phone calls, to handle your consultant appointments, to do your emails for you, to do email scraping, to do your social media ads, your Google ads, your SEO. This is where you need funnels in place, where you can't keep showing up, presenting your information. You can, but it's a burnout in business. Honestly, it's a burnout to have to keep, doing the same thing over and over and over for years. So now technology is so phenomenal that they actually have the capability of reaching people over in foreign countries, just with the click of a button, going live, something like that. I'm sure that I will reach people internationally, even with this video here. I'm sitting in my home in Dallas, Texas, but I will reach people across the globe with this video. So technology, funnels, making sure you have everything together and it's just systemized where, hey, they want to learn more about what it is that you do. You have a video where you explain a little bit more in depth. You have a program where you nurture them, you coach them, you mentor them, and voila, you have a system in place. You want to make sure that you are attracting your clients using targeted ads, making sure you are using Google ads, Facebook ads, every social media platform, I think. I'm not too for sure. I know TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube have the ability to target a specific audience. So instead of you just, putting a bait out in a fishing pond and just hoping a fish comes and bites your bait, you actually say, hey, I'm going to fish over here because I know that there are trout over here. I know there's red snapper over here. You know exactly who you want to target it, and then you're able to do that using ads. So last but never least is number 7, pillar number 7, and that is business education. Why? Because you never ever stop learning. You never ever stop growing. You never ever stop evolving. You always want to make your business better. There is no such thing as I have arrived, because there's always room to improve. There's always room to grow. There's always room to implement something that you didn't know of, unless you heard it, especially through education or a mentor or a coach, something like that. Mastery is only immersion and repetition combined together, which equals mastery. So you want someone, that can mentor you, that can coach you and get you to the next level. You want someone that can give you the blueprint, to the game that you don't know about. You want to make sure that you're constantly feeding yourself knowledge, and you're constantly making sure that you have someone to keep you accountable, and that you always have someone propelling you to take it to the next level, so that you don't become complacent and comfortable. There are 4 things that is needed in order to have wealth, or say that you have wealth. You need to learn how to attract wealth, multiply wealth. You need to learn how to manage wealth and preserve it in order to be considered wealthy. So these are the 7 pillars to generating unlimited income. And once you get that income, you need to know what to do with that income. So this is where number 7 will come into play, business education. So those are the 7 pillars that every business owner needs in their business in order to not only get in business, keep their business, manage their business, but scale their business, grow, turn your small business into a big business, turn your big business into an empire. This is the 7 pillars that will give you a firm foundation and the structure to build a house, to build a business that will outlast you, outlive you, something that your children's children would be able to pick up and carry on for you, leaving a legacy behind in the earth. So I thank you so very much for your time. I hope that this information was as valuable to you as it was to me when I first began to learn it. I have given you the how, right? I've given you the what, I've given you the what it is that you need. I've given you the what it is that you need to have a successful business, scale your business, have a firm foundation. But I also have a program where I show you, where I walk with you, where I coddle you, where I nourish you. And that is where I give you the how to do it, right? So if you are interested in learning more, I have a button right below where you can book a consultation with me, and I will be glad to go over, see how I may serve you, see how I may assist you, if we would be a good match for that program, etc. In the meantime, in between time, you can take this information and go do something great with it. Make sure that once you get in business, you know how to stay in business and scale your business up. And that is what my purpose is for on today. Thank you again. And I look forward to seeing many of you on the other side.